For our federal income tax, there's a chart for this one. And for Social Security and Medicare, we're going to multiply the total earnings by percentages. So flip through the book, go to the next page. You see we've got the pink charts in here on page 347 and 348. Now this is several years old, so the tax rates, all these numbers in the numbered columns, those are tax rates, and everything on the left are wages. But the tax rates have changed over the years. They get changed every few years. Plus last year there was a big change. Last year or the year before, there was a big change in tax rates. So this isn't completely accurate, but this is enough to give you an idea of how taxes are figured. So our first person, Eric, he's married. So the first thing we're going to look at is our tax table. This one is for single people. The one on the next page is for married. So now here on the left, you can see the column that says the wages. But notice up here at the very top it says at least. Then the other heading is less than. So I'll go to one of these. I'll pick this one that says 840. So if a person made $840, this is not the column to use because it says less than 840. 840 is not less than 840. 839.99 would be less than 840. So you'd have to go to the next line down where it says at least 840. So make sure you're watching that when you're figuring these, especially when we get into section 3 and 4. So married has two allowance. Or let's see, I'll skip to earnings, 1,090. So we'll go down here, find 1,090. Okay, it's down about 2/3 of the way. Got here on the table the minimum, the at least 1,080, the maximum 1,100. So we're in that range. Withholding allowances is 2. So that's our other column header. These are our allowances. So we got allowances 2. So we just go over to the 2. $50 is going to be taken out for federal income tax withholding. 50. So that goes there. And then since we're already on the married page, I'm going to go ahead and skip down to the next one. Married, made 1,020. Okay, so here's that one where 1,000. The first time you see 1,020, but it's in the right column. But remember, if you look at the top, it says but less than. So he didn't make less than 1,020, he made exactly 1,020. So you're going to go down one more to the at least 1,020. And Jason has, Christy has 3 allowances. 3 allowances. So we got column 3. And that's $31. So $31 is going to come out for her federal withholding tax. So a little bit of a difference between the two, not a whole lot. But she had one more allowance. It only made $70 less. $70. That might only be $1 worth or $2 on the tax differences there, but the extra allowance made up the rest of it. So that's why there's a little bit bigger gap there. Okay, so now we've got our Social Security withholding and Medicare tax withholding. So your Social Security, that's your government retirement. Medicare tax, that pays for the retired folks that qualify for Medicare, got a government health insurance program. So our Social Security withholding, I'm going to go over to the next page here in the book. So the Social Security, it says to multiply the total earnings by 6.2%. So you're using a calculator, or you can just, if it's something you try to remember, you can write 0.0662. It's converted to decimals. So 0.062. So we've got the 1,090 times 0.062. That comes to $67.58. Or you could have done, or some of you probably already did, 1,090 times 6.2%. Still get the same amount. Either way, I'm just used to doing it the decimals way. Then your Medicare tax, it shows here 1.45% times the total earnings. 0.0145 0.0145 times 1,090. Okay, so now we've got $15.80.5. Well, you use your rounding rule. So that's going to be 81, round the 5 up to the 0 up to a 1, so $15.81. Like that. So let's do the same thing for Christy. 1,020 times 0.062, 63.24. $1,020 times 0.0145, 14.79. So we've got those. So there's what you should have for the married ones. And then the singles are going to work out the same way, except we just use a different table. So Jason, one allowance made $840. So we'll find our at least 840. There's at least 840. He's got one dependent. So our column for the one, $77. Then Sharon has $980 and two dependents. So we'll find the 980 on here. So here's 980. Two dependents, $79. See what the difference is. Both of the single people made less money. They paid a lot more in taxes. Yeah, they had only a difference of one in the dependents. But the reason why their taxes were escalated so much is because they were single. So there's that government incentive for people to get married and form households. Okay, so even though the federal income taxes were different because of the tables, we're still going to calculate the Social Security and Medicare though by the same percentages regardless of single, married, and the amount of dependents. So 840 times 0.062. $52.08, and 840 times 0.0145, $12.18. Then we've got our 980 times 6.62. So you notice all these two are pretty close together in comparison to the federal withholding tax, because it's based on the same percentage for everybody. So there's your section one. Yeah, one's pretty easy. This one not much more difficult for section 2, so do that on your own. Finish up your study guides from yesterday. Tomorrow we'll do 12.3.